A middle school teacher has been fired following their giving out of 2 in particular certificates that are similar to the Most Likely to Succeed award with a few very striking differences. Let's take a look. Most likely to become a terrorist was given out to Lizeth Villanueva. That's the first one. And then let's look at the other. 7th grader Sydney Caesar was given the Most Likely to Blend In with White People award. Super awesome. According to one of the parents, everyone doesn't believe this is real, but yes, the certificate shows that it is real. This happened, and we have enough bullying as it is by our students. It's now done by a teacher. Thoughts?
Well, so the teacher was fired for this.
The teacher was fired.
Okay.
The middle school teacher, after this came to light, was, according to Jezebel, fired in Channelview, Texas.
Do we ever get the name of the teacher?
It says that the certificates were signed by Stacy Lockett.
Okay.
But it doesn't really put together whether they were fired or not, whether that was a person fired, but it seems like a Texas teacher was fired for giving student most likely to become a terrorist, and I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry for everyone going through that.
Okay, remember in high school the superlatives you would be like, most likely to be a news anchor.
Did you get one?
Yes, I was most likely to be a Janet Jackson dancer and most likely to be a news anchor. That's one I got, but.
That's great.
No, they were cool. None of them came to fruition. But what could have been going through this teacher's mind I was trying to think, maybe you can't even make a joke about that. There's no positive spin on this at all.
This is what I think may have happened is that, yeah, there is no positive spin on this at all. But I think that, at the end of the year, you do skits and that sort of thing where you sort of roast each other. Yes. I know that's happened before. I think that this may have been like, instead of like normal superlatives, like most likely to succeed and most athletic, things that are overwhelmingly positive. I think that the teacher just sort of thought, wouldn't it be funny if it was a roasting thing too? And then, she's teacher, not a comedian, and this is all in poor taste, and they're 7th graders, and that stuff sticks with you.
Absolutely.
Things that people said to me in 7th grade, boy, oh boy, still haunts me.
But like most likely to blend with white people?
What is that?
Like, I don't even get it. Caesar is like an Italian last. No, it's not even a last name. It's Caesar.
Salad.
It's a salad dressing. It's a Mexican salad dressing named after the ruler of Rome.
But no, but that was
in white. That was white.
Yeah, her name was. But they're saying because she was a black female, though, that she's probably. See again, so many different.
Yeah. It's like that's not the response you want to your joke. Is the not understanding, but if it stopped at like, wait, I don't get it, I'm sure Stacy Lockett or whatever this teacher's name was would be fine with that.
And
except that everyone's like, but that sounds pretty racist.
And follow up to that, what you don't want after you give someone a superlative, a certificate of something, is them being like, but what does that mean? Or what did you mean by that? They're supposed to be very self-explanatory. Sure. Not like, wait, did you mean terrorist? Was terrorist an inside joke that we had or something? Like, you don't want someone racking their brains. You want, just to, they're supposed to be positive. What happened here?
I mean, in our high school, we had like, I think they changed the wording of most likely to succeed and like hottest to like desert island dream and best excuse maker.
You graduated high school in what year?
2000.
So at the turn of the millennium, when I graduated in '99, and nope, they had a hottest girl, hottest guy, every best body, and these are superlatives that the senior class voted on.
Right, but then also like, did they? Because like yours was very specific, like Janet Jackson dancer.
Because people knew I wanted to be that. And if your talk track is always something, then people are like, okay, fine, let's just give that to Jason because that's like what he's about.
How big was the class?
The graduating class, I would have to say 697 students.
So that's a lot, you got 2.
But I was also, student body president, all those things, so it made sense. But I just think that poor Sydney Caesar, most likely to blend the white people, is a double whammy because they're saying that she's, for black people that get told they're whitewash, that's offensive.
Oh God, it's so bad.
And then, for her, and then also the lady saying, well, you know what, you're not black enough, so this will work out just quite nicely for you,
It's like that. We did a story on the main show a couple days ago where it was a teacher, the principal of a school in New Orleans, a predominantly black school in New Orleans, went to a rally where he was wearing an outfit that essentially implied he was a white supremacist. He went and on like right-leaning podcasts and said how awesome, he thought white people were. And it was very clear by looking at this, he was holding a shield with a white supremacist militia logo on it, or motto on it, where it's like, okay, I respect your free speech, but you're around kids.
Yeah.
Right, and I also think it's important to point out when we're talking about some of the superlatives that we've seen in schools or that we've gotten, it's okay to have like a dig at someone like most likely to be tardy or most likely to make excuses or something like that. That's okay, but this isn't a dig. This went too far.
Very direct.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
It's someone who, I really feel it was someone who thought they were funny.
They're supposed to be funny.
And wanted to reveal that they were funny, but instead revealed that what they think is funny is like racism. Like is actually can be better defined as not funny, but like the kind of funny that racists think is funny.
You know what it kind of reminded me of too is that every once in a while at a stand-up show there'll be a heckler who will think that they are so funny and like they should have the mic. And there've been a couple instances where I've seen a very bold comic, hand that heckler a mic or just be like, all right, like you think you got jokes, like tell me a joke, and they've just said something wildly offensive and lost the room and like had to leave the bar or whatever. And it's sort of like, just leave it to the professionals. Like you're a teacher, you give out superlatives. Let's not get creative with it because you could show us that you are kind of a little bit of a monster inside.
Yeah, I remember one specific time in 9th grade when maybe 11th grade, where my teacher did a dig at me in front of the whole class. And she said, this is Brit lit, not Brett lit, because she wanted me to shut the fuck up. Ooh. And it was really funny. And I wasn't gonna like tell on her. It was not anywhere racist, but like that was a way to get a dig at your student that was effective, and I found it genuinely funny because I was talking too much. And that's a way you could be funny and get through it, but this person just was absolutely wrong in every possible way.
Well, she's been removed, so good for her.
Yeah.
Most likely to be removed.
Most likely to be unemployed. Most likely to get that check for 6 months.